Right. Let's talk about something that used to absolutely terrifying me is investing. Just the word itself sounds intimidating, right? Like it's something only rich people in suit do. Sitting in fancy offices, talking about things we don't understand. And for the longest time, I thought investing was this complicated thing that require a finance degree or at least knowing someone who know someone in the stock market. You know, like some secret club that normal people are not invited to. But hear the truth. And I'm little embarrassed to admit this. I was broke for years, not because I did not earn money, but because I was too scared to do anything with it beyond keeping it. And you know what the got me? Basically nothing. My money just sat there, chilling, probably getting comfortable, losing value every single years because of inflation. And I did not even realize it was happening. I thought I was being smart by saving. Turn out, I, I was just being scared. So, if you are sitting there right now thinking, I have no clue about investing, I don't know where to start, I'm scared, I will lose everything and end up eating instant noodles for the rest of my life. Trust me, I have been exactly where you are. I have had those same nightmares. And today, I'm going to break down investing in the simplest way possible, like I am explaining it to my youngest self who knew absolutely nothing and was kind of an idiot about money. First thing first, let me clear up what investing actually is because I think that's where the confusion starts and honestly, where all the fears come from. Investing is simply putting your money into something with the expectation that it will grow over time. That's it. You are not gambling, you're life saving in some sketchy casino. You are not playing some risky game where you could not lose your shirt. You are letting your money work for you instead of just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Like me on a Sunday afternoon. Think of it like planting a seed. You put it on a ground, you water it, you give it time, and eventually it grow into something much bigger. That's investing. Expect unlike my actual plant that I someone managed to kill every time. Investment are actually pretty hard to mess up if you follow some basic rule. Now, before you invest a single rupee or dollar, you need to get three things in order first. And I cannot stress this enough because I see so many people skip this step and then wonder why investing does not work for them. It's like trying to run a marathon when you cannot even walk properly. Not gonna end well. Number one, pay off your first interest debt. If you have credit card debt charging your 18 to 20% interest, there is literally no investment on earth that's going to beat that consistently. I don't care what your friend, cousin, neighbors say about Bitcoin or whatever. Pay that debt first. It's not sexy. It's not exciting. Nobody going to give you a trophy for it. But it's the smarter move. It's like plugging a hole in your boat before you start trying to sail somewhere. Basic stuffs. Number two, build an emergency funds. And I'm not talking about some tiny amount like 500 bucks or calling it a day. I'm talking about at least 3 to 6 months for your living expenses sitting in saving account that you can access immediately. Because lives happen, my friend. Your laptop crashes at the worst possible moment. Your car breaks down when you are already running late. You have a medical emergency. Your dog ate something weird and need that vet. Whatever it is. If you don't have an emergency fund, you have put all your money into investment. Guess what? You will have to pull that money out at the worst possible time. Probably when the market is down. and you will lose money. It's like Murphy Law, but for your finance. So, emergency funds first, then invest. Trust me on this one. I learned this the hard way. Number three, only invest money you won't need for at least 5 years. This is crucial. Investing is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a magic money printer. It's a long term game. Kind of like growing up, but for your money. If you're going to need that money next for a wedding or to buy a car or for anything really, don't invest it. Keep it in fixed deposit or somewhere safe and boring. Investing is for money that you can leave alone and let it grow over time. Like that sourdough starter every made during COVID and they forget about. Except this one actually grow in value. Okay, so you have got your debt under control, you have got your emergency fund looking healthy, and you have got some extra money that you won't need for years. Now what? This is where most people freeze up like a deer in headlight because there are so many options. Stock, bonds, mutual fund, ETFs, real estate, gold, cryptos, those weird monkeys picture. It's overwhelming. It's like standing in front of the ice cream counter with 50 flavor when you just wanted something simple. So, let me simplify this for you. For most beginner and honestly for most people in general, mutual fund are the best place to start. And and here is why. When you buy a mutual fund, you are basically pulling your money with thousands of other people. And a professional funds manager, someone who actually know what they are doing unlike us, takes all the money and invest it in diversified portfolio of stock and bonds. So instead of you having to figure out which individual company to invest in, which is honestly really hard and kind of stressful, you are spreading your money across dozen or even hundreds of companies. It's like not putting all your eggs in one basket, which is advice your grandmother probably gave you, but you never really understood until now. Now, within mutual fund, there are tons of different type, and this is where it get confusing again. But for beginners, I would recommend starting with index funds. An index fund is a type of mutual fund that simplify copy a market index. Start with me here. This is simpler than it sounds. For example, if you invest in a Nifty 50 index fund in India, you are essentially investing in the top 50 companies in India, all of them at once. If you are in the US, an SIP 500 index fund invests in the top 500 companies in America, Apple, Microsoft, Google, all those big names. You are buying a teeny piece of all of them. The beauty of index fund is that they are low cost, they are diversified, they are have historical given pretty good return over the long term. We are talking about an average of around 10 to 12% per years over decades. Not every years. Mind you, some years will up 20% and you will feel like a genius. Some years will be down 10% and you will question all of your life choices. But over the long run, they tend to grow. It's your grade in school. Some tests you act, some you boom, and overall you pass the class. And here is the thing about index fund that I love. And this is what sold me on them. You don't need to be a genius to invest in them. You don't need to spend hours researching companies or reading boring financial reports that make your eyes glaze over. You don't need to predict which company is it going to be next big things, which let's be honest, none of us can do anyway. You are just betting on the overall economy growing over time, which historically it has. Countries develop, companies grow, innovation happens and your money grow with it. It's that simple. So, how do you actually start? Let me walk you through the practical step because this is where people get stuck and then never actually do anything. First, you need to open an account with a brokerage or a mutual fund platform. If you are living in India, you have got options like Zerodha, Grow, ET Money, PTM Money. But if you are living in US, there is Vanguard, Fidelity, Charlie Squad. Most of these platforms have apps now, and honestly, they have made it so easy that even your technologically challenged uncles could probably figure it out. You can open an account in like 15 minutes from your phone while sitting on your couch in your pajamas. What's a time to be alive? Once your account is set up, you need to complete your KYC, which is just no for your customer verification. Fancy term for proving you are actually you. You will need your ID proof, address proof, and bank details. It sounds like a hustle. And yeah, it's a bit annoying, but it's a one time thing. And every platform walk you through it step by step like you are 5 years old. After your KYC is done, you are ready to invest. You are obviously in the game. Now, here come the most important strategy for beginners. And this is something I wish I would know earlier because it would have saved me so much stress and anxiety. It's called SIP, which is stand for Systematic Investment Plan. Sounds complicated, but it's actually the simplest thing ever. Invest or trying to time that market and figure out when to invest, which is basically impossible and will drive you insane. You invest a fixed amount of money at a regular interval using monthly. Let's say you decide to invest 2000 or 5000 every month. On the first of every month, that amount automatically gets invested into your chosen mutual fund. You set it up once and it happen automatically. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to decide anything. It just happen like paying your phone bill. Why is this so powerful? Because of something called rupee cost averaging. Don't let the fancy term scare you. Hear what it means. When the market is high and everything is expensive, your fixed amount buy fewer units. When the market is low and everything is one sale, the same amount buy more unit. Over time, this average out and you don't have to worry about whether you are investing at the right time or the wrong time. You are just consistently investing month after month like clockwork and letting time do its magic. It's like dollar cost averaging for your Americans watching. Let me give you an example to show you how powerful this can be because number make it real. Let me say start investing 5000 rupee every month in index fund. That's 60,000 a year. Now, if that investment grow at an average of 12% per year, which is around what the index fund have historical return, after 10 years, you won't just have 6 lakh rupee, which is what you put in. You will have around 11 to 12 lakh rupees, that extra 5 to 6 lakh in what your money earned for you are while you are just living for your life, going to work, watching Netflix, doing whatever you do. After 20 years, your 60,000 a year turn into almost 50 lakh rupees. And after 30 years, we were talking about 1 crore 50 lakh or more from just 5,000 a month. Let that sink in for a second. Now, I know what some of you are thinking because I thought the same thing when I first learned about this. But what if the market crashes? What if I lose all my money and become one of those people living under a bridge? And look, I get it. Market crash happens. They have happened before. They will happen again. It will monsoon or bad hair days. inevitable. In 2008, market crash and everyone panicked. In 2020, during COVID, market dropped like crazy and people thought the world was ending. But here's the thing, and this is what separates successfully investor from everyone else. If you look at the history of stock market over any 20 or 30-year period, it has always recovered and gone higher. Always, every single time, without expectation, without exception. The people who lost money were the one who panicked and sold everything when the market was down. They let fear control them. The people who kept investing, who stayed calm, who understood that this is a long term game and not a sprint. They not only recovered, they made more money if they were buying when everyone was cheap. It's like a sale at your favorite store, except for investment. This is why investment is more for money you need next year. Because if the market drop next year and you need that money for something, yeah, you might have to sell at a loss and feel like an idiot. But if you don't need that money for 10 to 20 years, you can just wait it out. You can ride the waves. History shows us the patient win is investing. Patient and not freaking out when things look scary. Now let's talk about how much you should invest. A lot of people think you need thousand and thousand to start investing. Like you need to be rich already to become richer. Not true. That's like a biggest myth out there. Most platforms now let you start with a little as 500 or even 100 rupees. Seriously, you can start investing with the cost of a couple of coffee from Starbucks. That fancy later, the fancy late you brought yesterday, that could have been your first investment. I'm not saying don't drink coffee. I'm saying you don't need a fortune to start. The amount does not matter as much as that habit. Start small, get comfortable with it, see how it's feel, and then as your income grow, increase your investment amount. It's like going to the gym. You don't start by lifting the heaviest weight. You start small, build the habit, and then gradually increases. A good rule of thumb is to invest at least 20% of your income if you can. Remember the 50-30-20 rule we talked about in the last video, that 20% for saving and investing. This is where it goes. This is what we have been preparing for. But even if you can only invest 10% right now, that's fine. That is still amazing. Something it is always better than nothing. The biggest mistake, the one I made for years, is waiting until you have a large amount to start. Waiting for the perfect time or the right amount, that time never comes. Time in the market beat timing the market. Every single time. Start now, even if it's tiny. One more important thing, and I promise I'm almost done, diversification. Don't pull all your money in just one type of investment. Yes, index funds are great and they are already diversified across many companies. But as you grow your portfolio over the years, you might want to add other type of investment too. Maybe some debt fund for stability when you are older. Maybe some international fund to invest in your global markets, because why time yourself to just one countries? Maybe even some goals, because India love gold and honestly, it's not a bad idea for stability. The idea is to spread your risk. If one investment is not doing well, the other might be doing great, and overall, you are protected. It's like having backup plan for your backup plans. And please, for the love for everything holy, do not try to get rich quick. I cannot tell you how many people I have seen lose money, real money, because they chased some hot stock tip from a friend who heard it from another friend who read it somewhere on Reddit, or they tried day trading without knowing what they were doing, thinking they would become the Wolf of Wall Street in a week. There are people on social media showing off their gains, posting screenshot of their profit, but they are not showing you their losses. They are not showing you the 10 times they messed up because that one win. It's like Instagram. Everyone showing their highlight reel, not their behind the scene disasters. Investing is boring. It's supposed to be boring. You set up your SIP, you let it run, you don't check it every single day like a crazy person, and you let time to do the work. That's how wealth is built. Slowly, steadily, boringly. Not through some excitement gambling that make your heart race. That's how wealth is lost. Also ignore the noise. And there is a lot of noise out there, trust me. You are going to hear about people making crazy return on someone ready cryptocurrency or someone penny stock. That's going to be moon apparently. You are going to feel FOMO, that fear of missing out. You are going to feel like you are the only person not getting rich. But remember, for every person who made money on those risky bets, there are 10 people who lost everything and are now too embarrassed to talk about it. Stick to your plan. Boring and consistent beats exciting and risky almost every time when it comes to investing. Be the tortoise, not the hare. One last thing before I wrap this up, I promise, educate yourself. I'm not saying you need to become Warren Buffett or get an MBA in finance, but understanding the basic really helps you sleep better at night. Read books, watch videos, listen to podcasts while you are community or working out. Some of your favorite beginners friendly books are The Simple Path to Wealth by G.L. Collins. It's like having a wise uncle explain money to you. And The Little Book of Common Sense Investing by John Bogle, the guy who basically invented index fund. They explain investing in such simple terms that everyone can understand, even if you fail maths in school like I almost did. And the more you learn, the more confidence you will become, and the less scary investing will feel. It will start to make sense. So, here your action plan. Your homework is your will. Step 1, make sure you have your high interest debt paid off and an emergency fund in place, non negotiable. Step 2, open an account on an investment platform and complete your KYC. Just do it. Wipe the band's aid off. Step 3, choose a simple index fund, something that track your country main stock market index. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. Step 4, set up a monthly SIP for whatever amount you are comfortable with, even if it's small, even if it feels silly. Step 5, and this is the hardest part, forget about it and let it run for years. Don't obsess over it. Don't check it every day. Just let it to do its thing. That's it. You are now an investor. Congratulations, you are doing something that more people are too scared to do. You are taking control of your finance future instead of just hoping everything work out somehow. And 10, 20, 30 years from now, you when you look at your portfolio and see how much it grown, you are going to be so glad you start today. You might even get a little emotional about it. Future you is going to want hug present you. Remember, the best time to start investing was 10 years ago when you were younger and had more time. The second best time is right now. Right this second. Don't wait. Don't overthink. Don't make excuses. Just start. Even if it's small, even if you are scared, even if you feel like you don't know enough, just take that first step. The future self will thank you. They will probably throw a party in your honor. If this helped clear up investing for you, if this made it feel less scary and more doable, hit that like button and subscribe because I'm going to keep making videos that break down money's topic in simple, easy to understand ways. No jargon, no confusion, no trying to sound smart with fancy words. Just practical advice from somewhere who been seen confused about all this stuff too. Drop a comment and let me know if you are ready to start investing or if you have any question. I read every single one seriously. I will do my best to help or at least point you in right direction. All right? I will see you in the next video. Now, go out there and start investing. Make that money work for you. You have got this.